What's up, guys? We are live for the Foothills pre-tournament talk tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Got 9 people watching. So tomorrow will be the 5th time that we've fished the Reservoir Battle, pitting Lake James and the headwaters of the Yadkin versus W. Kerr Scott out of Wilkes County. The headwaters of the Yadkin. Lake James headwaters is the Catawba. Correction there. And so this will be the 5th time we fished this event. It's always been a good one. Always fished it in April, and then we run it back again in the fall. But over the past 4 previous times that we fished this event, some of the largest limits that we see in a season come out of these 2 lakes. The biggest limit ever put up in a Foothills event was put up in the fall at Lake James last year by Mr. Jeremy Heath. 60 plus inches, 3 fish limit. But the spring really I think everybody has a better opportunity to catch close to that record bag of 60 inches. Fish are going to be moving up. These lakes are a little bit behind what you've been seeing at Lake Norman over the past month or so. These lakes are a little bit behind that and should fish super good for us tomorrow. They always fish good in the spring. These lakes can be a little tougher, being Highland Reservoir lakes as the year goes on, but they definitely fish at their best in April, mid-April. And with the warm weather that we had this past week, I mean, I expect these fish to be, if not moved up, starting to move up. Just some recon work that has been done over the past week or so. These fish are feeding up, chasing bait. Like I said, what you saw at Norman a month ago, you'll see at these 2 lakes tomorrow, I believe. Some of the best fishing of the year, I honestly believe. But with that said, we fished this event 4 times. This will be the 5th time. And 3 out of those 4 times, Lake James has taken the win. We call it the Reservoir Battle. And Lake James is 3-1 over Kerr Scott at this point. But, that could change. Kerr Scott's a little closer to my house, and that's usually where we like to go fish. It's a smaller lake, probably somewhere around, I think it's 1,600 acres. Lake James, a little bit over the 5,000 acre mark, 5,200 acres, I believe Lake James is. So quite a big difference in the size of these lakes when you compare them together, but they're both considered highland reservoirs, deep water, clear water. There'll be some stain back in some pockets and stuff, but I enjoy fishing both of these lakes, and I hope that both these lakes show out tomorrow. As you've probably seen on the Facebook page over the past few weeks, there's been some concern about the boat tournament that's coming out of Lake James tomorrow. I didn't look earlier in the week. There were like 70 some boats signed up for that event on the boat tournament side. That tournament's coming out of Big Bear up in Lake James. And, just watch out for yourselves. Don't put yourself in a position to get ran over. And you guys all know that. I mean, we fish in the summer. We'll be fishing next month, and we'll be fishing in July and August. It's just something that you always deal with. When the weather starts to warm up, you're going to be dealing with boats on the water. But I would much rather fish an event with 80 bass boats than a summer event with 450 wake boats, jet skis, and bass boats. So, I mean, it is what it is. Uh, it's hard to avoid at this point. Fishing is a growing sport. There's always going to be a tournament every Saturday. You can guarantee it somewhere. Um, but just wanted to put that out there and tell you guys to watch out for yourselves. You know, don't be pedaling across the middle of the lake if you do not have to. I'm sure these bass boat anglers will appreciate your courtesy, and you know, show them some respect. Uh, Treat people how you'd like to be treated, and you know, just deal with it as you would like someone to deal with you. But be safe tomorrow. Keep that in mind. That there'll be boats running around on Lake James. Kerr Scott, 100%, and there'll be a boat tournament there too coming out. Probably Smithy's Creek tomorrow. But just be safe out there, and watch out for one another. Watch out for yourself. If something happens, call me. Call 911. As always, safety is your number one concern. But tomorrow, our tournament time is from 6:45. Your launch and lines in. We'll be at the same time, 6:45 tomorrow morning. You launch and paddle away from the ramp, and you can immediately start fishing. Lines out will be at 3:15:59. If your last photo, if you can get the fish on the board and get a picture of him before the clock strikes 3:16, then that fish will count. You'll have an extra hour to upload your photos, so you got till 4:15 to manage your catch and upload your photos in Tourney X. So take advantage of that when you get off the water. Make sure you've submitted the best fish that you have for the judges to score. We will again have someone judging the event as it is going on, so that's always good. Yeah, the boat tournament coming out of Black Bear. Sorry, I said Big Bear, I think. But yeah, you got an extra hour to upload your photos. Take advantage of that. Make sure you submitted your best fish. The tail needs to be clear that the tail has broken the line. If you're going to give yourself that 0.7, that's 15.75. Make sure that I can tell that that tail is covering that line to some degree. We tried to, crack down on touching the line. It's kind of hard to see and determine if the tail's touching the line. So we need to see that tail is breaking the line from here on out. And take the best pictures you can. Again, you can always manage your catch in the manage catch feature in Tourney X, and I suggest you do that when you get off the water to make sure you've submitted the best pictures that you have for us to judge. Stephen Kidd and his group, the Mountain Motor Kayak Series, is going to be on Lake James tomorrow as well. We made this schedule over 6 months ago, and we've kind of put these events on Lake James anyway. Stephen and Kidd and them are only on Lake James tomorrow, but you can search that tournament in Tourney X. You can literally just type in MMKS, and they do allow motors in their club. Their tournament times are going to run coincide with our tournament time, so you're not having to worry about a guy on a motor with a motor on his boat running off and leaving you. If you decide to double dip with that, I think his entry fee is $40 as well, and then they do $5 towards big fish. But if you guys want to, or just consider maybe showing those guys some love and doubling up with them if you're fishing Lake James tomorrow. I think right now they have like 10 people signed up for that event, so you give yourself a chance to earn another check. And they do produce some really cool hardware, some custom-made aluminum hardware for first place and big fish. And Steven's a stand-up guy, and they run a great little trail. They're trying to get something going in the western part of the state and upper part of South Carolina and in the northern part of Georgia there. So if you're fishing Lake James tomorrow, consider doubling up with Steven and his guys. Again, you can find that tournament by searching MMKS in Tourney X in the registration portion. And show those guys some love if you're fishing Lake James tomorrow. But so the tournament times, lines in, launch is at the same time, 6:45 tomorrow morning. Tournament ends. No more pictures will be, your fish will not be scored if your photo is taken after 3:16, 3:15:59. That photo is still good. You have another hour to upload your photos to Tourney X. I'll just keep it short and sweet tonight as much as I can. We got the out of the money prizes as we always have, and the first person out of the money, you guys are pretty familiar with that at this point. The first person out of the money that is a paid member will again go home with a Cashin's fishing rod. I still have all the Cashin rods in the kayak series lineup. So the first member out of the money, whatever that is, if they don't cash a check, and that's counting big fish. If you cash a check by catching big fish, but you don't come in the top spots 1 through 4, whatever it is we end up paying out, that counts as a check you cashed as two. So it's called the out of the money prizes for a reason. And if you're the first paid member out of the money, you'll go home with the Cashin fishing rod, kayak series rod of your choice tomorrow. And then we'll pay a second out of the money spot for our members only. And I have this week, I have another pair of Hobie sunglasses. I have the Mojos, and I have the Cabos with sight fishing lens on the Cabos. So, and I also have a 4.4 amp hour Aqua battery, and I'll throw in, if you decide to take the 4.4 Aqua battery, I'll throw in an external, a 10,000 milliamp hour external battery pack as well, just to kind of keep it up there equal with those Hobie sunglasses. Hobie sunglasses are $100 minimum for those. So, and that Aqua battery, I think it's like $70, and then the external pack's like 40. So, you know, those, that'll keep those choices kind of equal on the price scale. So, first out of the money prize will be a Cashin fishing rod. Second out of the money prize, we'll be able to choose, you want Hobie sunglasses or do you want the Aqua battery prize pack? Looking forward to this event. I always enjoy fishing in April, and I don't think we could have timed this one any better as far as weather really warmed up this week. I'm sure these fish are thinking it's time. It's time for us to start moving on up. But I'll not keep you guys long tonight. Just wanted to come in here and do the rundown, normal rundown. But if you have any, see, somebody said that's my ramp talking about blackberry. Yeah, but if you have any questions or if anything, you know, have any trouble, whatever with the app, whatever, you guys have any questions, you know, holler at me. I'll again always take all the time needed to help you and you know, clear up your problem, whatever it may be. Just hit me up tomorrow, whenever. If you need a refund for some reason, let me know before the tournament starts. I can refund you up until the time of the tournament starts. So let me know if you need that beforehand. But looking for a fun day of fishing tomorrow, guys. Hope everybody's had a good week. Some of the hottest weather we've seen this far. But it'd be nice to get on the water and cool off a little bit and go out there and meditate and try to catch some fish. But again, if you guys need anything, feel free to holler at me anytime. I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight, and good luck to everybody. We'll see you tomorrow evening.